Hello and welcome to Biomedical Qingdao, China. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Guangsheng Wang. I oversee the international department at Biomedical. We hope you can benefit from today's webinar from Qingdao and Biomedical to the world.
Hello and welcome to today's Biomedical web channel training webinar. I'm Peter Peterson, Director of International Business Operations and Marketing Departments here at Biomedical. Before we move on, I want to quickly point out the reason for the video you just watched. We are proud of our growth over the last few years, and to be more specific, we are now in more than 160 countries, currently have 500 plus intellectual property patents, 300 plus certified medical devices, and have reached over 1 billion people. Now that's some achievement by the greater team and our global partners. I am also coming to you today from our exhibition hall here in Qingdao, China. If you took a quick walk around the hall, you would have the opportunity to see most of Biomedical's products and solutions. Actually, let's give you a quick look before we move on, and if you are interested in seeing the exhibition hall, then go to our website at www.biomedical.com. Then click on the banner as we are showing you now, or scan the QR code on the screen. Then take a virtual tour from the world's leading manufacturer of IoT biomedical cold chain equipment, and you can see all our solutions, from U-Blood, U-Vaccine, U-Biobank, U-Reagent, and U-Lab, and please find time to take a look and tell us what you think. But of course, we hope in the very near future we can host you here at Biomedical HQ in Qingdao, China. For now, let's head to the team to kickstart the webinar, where we'll cover key points about our products and solutions that help you best position our products, and also take a look at our competitive advantages and some comparisons against our competitors. We'll also touch on how to better understand the needs of your customer. You will see some case studies, and you will learn more about the Hire Group and Biomedical, who we are, and our broader reach right across the world. A very strong base for your customers' trust from a truly global company. If you have any questions, please feel free to add them into the chat below and send us a message. If not, please email us at inquiry@hirebiomedical.com or contact your trusted sales manager here at Biomedical. As we have a lot to get through, I'm now going to hand over to the team to take us through most of today's training. Thank you, and now over to the team.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Yolanda. I'm in charge of overseas business of liquid nitrogen container. Today, welcome to Sichuan Haishengye Cryogenic Technology Corporation Limited. We are a subsidiary company of Biomedical and also the global development and manufacturing base of liquid nitrogen products and its related products. We are committed to seeking innovation by supervision and fulfilling users' demands in an all-round way to enable the permanent storage of precious biological samples. We have created a one-stop liquid nitrogen tank storage solution for full application and full volume range. Over the past 10 years, we have launched 50,000 of biobank freezers to maximize the sample value and to protect global life resources.
Hello everyone. Today we appreciate for your participation in Biomedical's liquid nitrogen containers training of July. It is our great pleasure to have a chance to introduce to you the secrets of hard liquid nitrogen containers. Through our presentation today, you will have an overview of all our liquid nitrogen series products, and moreover, you will have a deeper and more practical understanding of the key advantages, features of different series of our products. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Yolanda. I'm in charge of overseas business of liquid nitrogen container. Today, our presentation will be in 5 parts as follows: background, YDS series, YDD, YDZ, and FAQ. Okay, now let's get started to the first part, background. Our liquid nitrogen containers are mainly divided into 3 categories. Stainless steel liquid nitrogen container, that's the middle one photo, YDD series. Aluminum alloy liquid nitrogen container, the left one, YDS. And self-pressurized replenishment container, YDZ. The YDD and YDS series are used for long-term storage and transportation of biological specimens in the liquid nitrogen temperature zone, that is minus 196 degrees, such as blood samples, cells, sperm, tissues, vaccines, and viruses, etc. of animals, plants, or humans. And the self-pressurized tank, YDZ, is used for the storage and transportation of liquid nitrogen. It is often used to be the liquid nitrogen supply for YDD tank. These liquid nitrogen containers are all with high vacuum interlayers and super insulation effects, and are used to hold liquid nitrogen. For YDS series, its material is aluminum alloy, and for YDD and YDZ series, the material is stainless steel. And according to their functions, the liquid nitrogen container can also be divided into 2 categories, namely storage type and transportation type. Storage type liquid nitrogen containers are mainly used for stationary storage of liquid nitrogen and frozen articles in indoor regions, and this can't be used for vehicle transportation. Transportation type liquid nitrogen containers adopt a special design to make it more sturdy for transportation. These containers can be used not only for stationary storage, but also for transportation when filled with liquid nitrogen, but collision and strenuous vibration should also be avoided. Please see this chart. All range of products can be used for stationary storage, and a few series among them can be used for transportation, like a dry shipper YDH series, high capacity series for transport YDS, and the self-pressurized series YDZ. This chart is the temperature range for different equipment. We can see that for liquid nitrogen biological containers in vapor phase, the temperature range is from minus 136 to minus 190 degrees Celsius. At this temperature, water no longer causes significant damage to the nuclear tissues due to crystallization. All biochemical reactions in the samples almost come to a stop. The liquid nitrogen container can provide a reasonable temperature to keep the biological activity of the samples in long-term storage. It can maintain the cell activity and the microstructure of the tissues and organs in long term. Relying on very low cross-infection rate and operation risk, it has been widely used and recommended by many biobanks for long-term use. For liquid nitrogen containers in liquid phase, the temperature range is minus 196 degrees. At this temperature, all vital activities in the samples come to a stop, and water can no longer cause significant damages to cell activity and the tissue microstructure after crystallization. It is the most effective method to maintain the activity of cells and the complex structure and activity of tissues and organs during long-term preservation. Due to long storage time and high survival rate, It is the most reliable preservation method, but samples should be protected from cross-infection. For the main application, liquid nitrogen containers can be used in agricultural sector, healthcare, scientific research, and industry and food. In the agricultural sector, it is used for long-term cryogenic preservation of livestock frozen sperm, mammalian embryos, and plant seeds. In healthcare, it is used for cryogenic preservation of blood samples and cells, cryotherapy, artificial insemination, and all kinds of tissues. In scientific research and other sectors, it is used to carry out researchers, tests, and applications on cryogenic technologies, cryobiology, and cryogenic superconductors. In industry and food, it is used for cryogenic treatment, cryogenic assembly, and cryogenic comminution. And in food area, it is used to preserve high-grade seafood and make ice cream. After learning the background of liquid nitrogen containers, now let's get to the second part of today's training, YDS series liquid nitrogen container. Currently, all YDS products are designed for liquid phase storage, that is in the temperature of -196 degrees. And according to the container's feature, volume, and stored samples difference, we divide the YDS to several small series in order to make it easier for users to choose from, namely Smart Series, Medium-sized Storage Series, Small-sized Storage Series, High-capacity Series for storage and transport, Dry Shipper Series for transportation. We have 6 neck openings for YDS series, that is 30, 35, 50, 80, 125, 216 mm, and a total of 43 models available. We can know that the volume and the neck opening from the model name. For example, YDS 30 125. The middle number 30 means its volume is 30 liters, and the last number 125 means its neck opening is 125 mm. If there's no last number at the end, it means the neck opening is 50 mm by default. Like YDS 10, the number 10 means the liquid nitrogen volume is 10 liters, and neck opening is 50 mm. YDS series can be applied for scientific research, electronics, chemical industry, and other enterprises, as well as for laboratories, blood station, hospitals, disease prevention, and control centers, and is an ideal storage container for storing or long-term storage blood bags, biological samples, biological material, vaccine, reagents, etc. All our products are designed and manufactured in strict accordance with national standards, comply with ISO 9001 requirements, and obtain CE and MDD certification. These are the structure drawing of YDS series. Overall, the container has inner vessel and outer shell. The inner vessel and outer shell are glued together through the neck tube, and on top of the neck, there is a protective ring with grooves for canisters or racks. The right drawing is for the transportation type of YDS, like YDS 30B, YDS 50B. Here B means it is transportation type. From the drawing, we can see that transportation type has side support sticks and bottom sticks between the inner vessel and outer shell, which can make the structure more sturdy. Here I would like to mention that the evacuating nozzle is the key component to keep the interlayer vacuum, and it can also ensure safety and reliability during application by automatically form a pressure relief pot to discharge the pressure formed by liquid nitrogen gasification when a container suffers accidental damage and the liquid nitrogen enters the interlayer space. So please don't open the nozzle without authorization. This is about the Smart series. We have 5 models ranging from 65 liters to 175 liters. The product's feature is that it has a screen integrated into the cap and can show the real-time temperature and liquid level inside the container. It changes the situation that the user cannot easily and accurately know the amount of liquid nitrogen in the container by measuring the level with a ruler or an optional temperature monitoring. Smart series has many advantages like multiple protection, low energy consumption, lock design, and a built-in lithium battery with service life 3 years. Its colored rack handles are easy for user to distinguish and find samples. This is about the medium-sized storage series. We also have 5 models available, ranging from 65 liter to 175 liter, and the neck opening is 260 millimeter. The storage capacity is ranging from 2,400 to 6,000 numbers of 2 milliliter vial. This kind of containers are light in weight and small in space demand and provides efficient storage of large capacity samples for cryopreservation. The advantages are like low evaporation loss rate and advanced adiabatic and vacuum technology, which ensures a maximum storage time of up to 4 months. This series can also be compatible with blood bag storage. And for this series, if you want to add a device for level and temp monitoring, a smart cap or ZTC100A is optional. Small-sized storage series. For this series, we also have 5 models available, from 10 liters to 50 liters, and the neck opening is 125 mm or 127 mm. They can accommodate with racks used to store 2 milliliter vial. The storage capacity is from 100 to 1,110 numbers. A smart cap is also optional for level and temp monitoring. High capacity series for transportation. For this series, we have 23 models available. These are mainly equipped with round canisters that are used for storing frozen salmon or embryos, and this model end with B can be used for long-term preservation and transportation of liquid nitrogen. Large capacity of straw and ultra-long holding time are the main features for this series. Smart cap is optional for this series too. Dry shipper series. We have 5 models available, from 3 liters to 25 liters. Dry shipper series for transportation is designed for safe sample transportation under cryogenic conditions, that is in vapor phase storage. Temperature under -190 degrees. Since the risk of liquid nitrogen release is avoided, it is suitable for air transportation of samples. This series structure is a little bit different with others. It has special stainless steel mesh in the storage space and keep absorbent inside to prevent the material from contaminating the samples. The absorbent material are used to absorb and retain liquid nitrogen for safe transport, so there's no spillover of liquid nitrogen can occur even when the tank is laid down. These are the selling points for YDS range products. The first one is YDS are manufactured with strong and durable aluminum alloy plate, high strength, corrosion resistance, lightweight, occupies less space. Second, the neck tube is made of epoxy glass fiber reinforced plastic with high mechanical strength and low thermal conductivity. Third, the multiple insulation layers are webbed by automatic YD machine, which can wide the layers more evenly, and the layer is made of aluminum foil with excellent reflective performance. The foil is a kind of heat insulation material with low thermal conductivity and low gas discharge rate. Fourth, the product vacuum life is not than 5 years, and full range models to meet different quantity of storage needs. This is about our smart cap. We have mentioned it a lot previously. Smart cap is a low energy consumption device that can monitor the real-time level and temperature in the liquid nitrogen container. It is suitable for aluminum alloy liquid nitrogen containers with opening size of 50 mm, 80 mm, 125 mm, 260 mm. The built-in high-efficiency lithium battery can operate the device for 3 years, and it is also IoT module-based. With an optional smart box, it can be connected with higher cloud platform to realize the remote monitoring by app and email alarm. This is the smart cap user scenario: multi-caliber selection of 50 mm, 80 mm, 125 mm, 260 mm, suitable for all liquid nitrogen tank in the market with the same caliber. Temperature monitoring, ZTC100A. This device is mainly used for the temp monitoring. The main functions are as following: temperature display, silencing function, over temperature alarm, audible and visible alarm for sensor failure. Actually, this device can also indicate the level by sensing temperature changes. No alarm is triggered when the temperature probe is immersed in liquid nitrogen, but with the loss of liquid nitrogen, the probe will expose above the level. The temperature measured at this time will be higher than -196 degrees. The device will give flashing and sound alarm, remind the user to add liquid nitrogen in time. The FZ series and the smart cap can also be connected to the cloud platform through Wi-Fi by using an optional smart box, but this ZTC100A can't. These are the attractions for using liquid nitrogen containers. Do not use a hollow tube insert into the liquid nitrogen to measure its level to avoid the splash injury. If the container needs cleaning, wash it with neutral detergent first and then rinse it with warm water no more than 50 degrees. After washing, the inner container should be dried, preferably by hot air, no more than 50 degrees, and cooled to normal temperature, then filled with liquid nitrogen. The container should be placed in a cool, ventilated, and dry environment, and if during long-term storage, attention should be paid to check the level and the out surface of the container for condensate and frosting. This is the structural contrast we made between HAR and MVE. In the product specification and model area, we can see the volume range of both brands is basically the same. MVE has 2 more neck diameter, but we will develop more in the future. For the connection method of inner vessel and outer shell, HAR's small volume products within 10 liter are connected by a neck device, and the product's volume over 10 liter use the grooved roller sticking structure. For MVE, only a few large volume products use the grooved roller sticking structure. The use of a necking device is of low cost and high manufacturing efficiency, but there's a risk of vacuum leakage due to poor adhesion to the large volume products. The groove rolling adhesive structure has high strength and more reliable for large volume products. During the production process, both HAR and MV adopt automatic YD machine to wrap the insulation material. This way has high efficiency, good quality, and good consistency. For the vacuum process, the period of evacuation of HAR products is more than 120 hours by this continuous evacuation process, while MV adopts continuous evacuation process, and the period of evacuation is no more than 72 hours. The discontinuous process can make the products with longer vacuum life. And all HARS products are tested with 100% liquid nitrogen, and MV is 3 pieces or 3% of the product's quality will be selected from each order for testing. So with 100% test, we can accurately record the liquid nitrogen loss of each product to verify the reliability of each at low temperature. For the surface of the container, HAR adopts powered coating process and MV is painting spray. The powder coating process is superior to painting spray process in mechanical strength, adhesion, corrosion resistance, aging resistance, and so on. We selected a few models from MVE to compare it with HARS. Let's take Crysystem 6000 for example. The HARS equivalent model to this one is YDS-175 to 216. Their neck opening and liquid volume are same. You can see the neck opening are both 260 mm and the liquid volume are 175 liters. And the outer diameter and overall height are similar. MV static evaporation rate is 0.99 liter per day, while HAR is only 0.9 liter per day. So from the contrast chart, we can see some of HAR's liquid nitrogen container performance are better than MVE.
Today, welcome to Sichuan Haishengye Cryogenic Technology Corporation Limited. We are a subsidiary company of HAR Biomedical and also the global development and manufacturing base of liquid nitrogen products and its related products. We are committed to seeking innovation by supervision and fulfilling users' demands in an all-round way to enable the permanent storage of precious biological samples. We have created a one-stop liquid nitrogen tank storage solution for full application and full volume range. Over the past 10 years, we have launched 50,000 of biobank freezers to maximize the sample value and to protect global life resources. Okay, now let me show you our YDS aluminum alloy liquid nitrogen container. Our YDS container covers different volume, ranging from 2 liters to 175 liters, a total of 43 models available. This is our model YDS 30125F. Here 30 means its liquid nitrogen volume is 30 liters and the neck opening is 125 millimeter. It can accommodate with 6 racks. The rack is 4 level for storing 25 cry box of 2 milliliter. The total capacity is 600 numbers. In addition to its capacity, the multi-layer insulation layer wrapped by the automatic machine and the advanced vacuum acquisition and vacuum maintaining technology provide the feature of ultra-low evaporation rate that is not more than 0.35 liters per day, and the static holding time is not less than 90 days. And in order to ensure the safety of the sample, we also provide the lockable cap to prevent the unrestricted access to samples. And in order to make it more convenient for users, we provide the optional roller base to easy movement indoor. And also the lockable cap is also optional. And this is our normal cap, and this one is our smart cap. User can use the smart cap to real-time monitor the temperature and level inside the tank, so the user can make sure the sample is safe.
Now, the part about HAR's YDS, liquid nitrogen containers, has been finished. The next part of YDD and YDZ will be presented by my colleagues. Thanks for your time.
Hi everyone, this is Aaron from the American team. Today I will introduce our YDD series to you.
Higher Biomedical Biobank series for large-scale storage is designed to ensure the maximum storage capacity with the minimum consumption of liquid nitrogen to lower the overall cost for operation. All products are designed and manufactured in strict accordance with national standards, comply with ISO 9001 requirements, and obtain CE certification. YDD series has touchscreen for convenient visual sample management to realize real-time monitoring of temperature and liquid level. The product also has hot gas bypass function, dry wet separation function to keep liquid nitrogen at low consumption and sample safety. The high vacuum multi-layer insulation technology, as well as the advanced vacuum acquisition and vacuum maintenance technology to ensure the low consumption of liquid nitrogen. Adopt the analysis designed to carry on the mode flow analysis and stress analysis to ensure the uniformity of the internal temperature. The temperature difference of the entire storage area doesn't exceed 10 Celsius degree, even during the vapor phase storage. The temperature near the top of the shelf is as low as minus 190 Celsius degree. The independent research and development of liquid nitrogen level meter can realize the real-time measurement of liquid nitrogen level with 1 mm resolution. The control system has double measuring system of liquid level and temperature measurement. It is designed with high and low liquid level, high and low temperature, various kinds of fault alarm. The instrument uses a 10-inch touchscreen with sample measurement software, inquiry function, liquid nitrogen supply, liquid nitrogen quantity display, and alarm function. The same volume product has a larger sample storage capacity, which can store all kinds of samples. Massive capacity for YDD series can hold between 13,000 to 95,000 2-milliliter vials. Each model from the YDD Biobank series is designed for both liquid and vapor phase storage. For the vapor phase storage operation process, samples are located away from the liquid nitrogen at a uniform temperature close to that of liquid nitrogen. The biological specimens are to be stored in the nitrogen atmosphere on the liquid nitrogen temperature zone, instead of being soaked in the liquid nitrogen directly. In vapor phase storage, the temperature near the top of the rack is as low as minus 190 Celsius degree. Vapor phase storage is a mainstream application in the international biobanks currently, and also the only way to prevent cross-infection. YDD series features the Cryosmart system ZZY700N for complete monitoring and control. High precision temperature and liquid level sensors are used to ensure accuracy. All data and samples are protected by a secure access control system. It has 10-inch display screen, easy to operate. Multiple function design for fully operation, various alarm and self-diagnosis functions, and cloud monitoring management center. The main advantage of YDD-Cryosmart liquid level monitoring system are listed as below. First, with both liquid nitrogen automatic refill and manual refill available. Second, the system has double independent measurement of temperature and liquid level. That is to say, double control guarantees. Third, 100% vapor phase storage to ensure the temperature of sample space reaches -190°C. In addition, by wireless SMS alarm and mobile phone remote monitoring, the users can check the sample's status in real time. Last but not least, it will automatically record liquid level, temperature, and other data, then store the data to the cloud.
Here comes to our YDD series. Higher Biomedical YDD series. Biobank freezer is suitable for multiple variants of cryogenic storage. Each model is designed for both liquid and vapor phase storage. We can provide from 350 liters to 1,800 liters full-size capacity. Next to me is YDD-850-465. This model can hold 43,002 milliliter vials in total. Our automated cryogenic storage system features a high-quality stainless steel body, smart appearance, and extensive service time. The product has many ergonomical designs, 5 universal casters with good load-bearing capacity, easy to move and break. Besides, with the foldable panel design, one-touch defogging function, lid opening armrest, the samples can be accessed and stored with ease. The racks are rotated on the tray with an appropriate distance between the wall. Liquid nitrogen is filled in the space between the wall and the tray to maintain temperature uniformity. The storage space is equally divided into 4 fan-shaped storage areas, which are clearly labeled. Each storage room is easily rotated to the opening of the tank. The opening diameter of this model is 465 millimeters, which can keep the liquid nitrogen at low evaporation, ensure convenience and safety for the sample storage at the same time. YDD series is equipped with a monitoring terminal ZZY800N to monitor temperature and liquid level in real time, and together with the over-limit alarm function. For example, it will record each cover opening and closing, then send alarms when the cover is opened for a long time. It also has high and low temperature alarm, liquid level alarm, sensor failure alarm. ZZY800N can also connect it with a refreshment tank to control the liquid supplement automatically. The system can also support the visual of sample management, 10-inch touchscreen, enable the user to search, store, and access the sample quickly.
Here we made a contrast for liquid nitrogen consumption among different brands. From this picture, we can see the average diary consumption of Haier is 7.8 liters. For Gold Sim is 8.3 liters. And the average diary consumption of MVE is 8.8 liters. The results show that Haier has the lowest consumption of liquid nitrogen. In this page, we pick up our YDD-850, 465, and a similar model of MVE to make their contrast. According to the data, Haier has larger effective volume, and Haier equipped with ZZY700M monitoring system, convenient and comfortable operation, clear display. In terms of temperature and liquid level measurement, Haier has two kinds of measurement methods, different voltage type and capacitance type. To sum up, from the overall price and quality, Haier is more cost effective. Then comes to the comparison of stainless steel structure. The plug body of Haier is polyurethane with high strength, and YDD series has two platform size for optional. The products use 10-inch touchscreen display for better visual management of samples. Haier YDD series has 13 models, can provide from 350 liters to 1,800 liters full-size capacity. This page is a contrast for capacity between different models. For the 2 ml standard tube storage in the same volume section, Haier can store 1.6% more than TW and 2% more than thermal. The consumption of liquid nitrogen in Haier liquid nitrogen tank is 14 liters, also lower than other brands. The annual saving of liquid nitrogen in the Haier liquid nitrogen tank are 1,022 liters. For 50 ml blood bank storage, Haier can store 25% more than MVE. For the 25 ml blood bag storage, Haier can store 20% more than MVE. Next, I would like to introduce our new product, YDC-3000H. The Cryotransport Liquid Nitrogen Trolley by Haier Biomedical is a portable storage unit cooled by liquid phase nitrogen that can be used to preserve plasma and biomaterials during transportation. The liquid nitrogen inlet system is easy to use and measure the amount and pressure of liquid nitrogen as it is being taken into the storage area. The storage capacity is 3,002 ml vials or 5,200 ml blood bags, or up to 32-inch boxes. The trolley uses a PT100 sensor that can measure temperature from -200 Celsius degree, while a capacitance sensor with a 1 ml resolution enable accuracy of plus or minus 10 ml in the level of liquid nitrogen. The liquid nitrogen trolley creates the ability for end users to get a full 24 hours of portable sample transport in the liquid nitrogen temperature range. The cover plant uses a new type of insulation material, which is more appealing and environmental friendly. The liquid nitrogen trolley is almost a plug-and-play system. The cart is easily integrated into any workflow, as it provides a unique and innovative way to transport a large amount of samples from one liquid nitrogen tank to another. The integrated casters make movement very smooth and easy, while the car's weight is light enough to be easily rolled by any lab member. We are confident that any biobanks medical facilities or labs that need to remove any decent amount of samples while maintain the temperature in liquid nitrogen range will find this card to be a huge benefit to their workflow. We anticipate that the demand will be only limited by the number of Canadians that hear about this unit. Expect the sales are growing monthly. Now, please follow the camera to our showroom for a further view.
Hi everyone, this is Aaron from American team. Just as Scott introduced, this is our new generation liquid nitrogen transport trolley YDC-3000H. It was popular in recent USA ISPR show. This product can be used to preserve plasma and biomaterials during transportation, suitable for hospitals, biobanks, and laboratories. The high-quality stainless steel body, in combination with the thermal insulation layer, ensure the effectiveness and durability of the trolley. The installation cover can be attached to the side of the trolley, which is convenient to extract. Each unit can hold totally 32-inch box and store the sample up to 24 hours. This product is controlled by an LCD touchscreen, which can monitor the temperature, liquid level, and remain service time in real. For your information, NVE is still using LED digital screen on its cryo card, so this could be one of our selling points. What's just our freezer and refrigerators. This trolley also has USB port for the data download. Okay, this is all for the introduction of YDC-3000H.
Hello everyone, my name is Alan from Higher Biomedical, and I work within the Europe team based in Qingdao. Thank you for your time. Please let me introduce the YDZ series to you. Regarding the YDZ series, we also call this self-pressurized liquid nitrogen container, which can be divided into general series and K series. There are 10 models in total, and 4 models for the K series. What's more, from the nomenclature of the model, we can easily know the value of the product. For example, YDZ-30 means a self-pressurized liquid nitrogen container whose value is 30 liters. The self-pressurized liquid nitrogen containers can make use of the pressure generated by vaporizing a part of liquid nitrogen in the container to discharge liquid nitrogen automatically to refill other containers. The product is mainly used in the transportation and storage of liquid nitrogen and can be used as a cooling source. At present, the model is widely used in mold industry, animal husbandry, medicine, semiconductor, food, low-temperature chemical industry, aerospace industry, and military, and other related industries. All products are designed and manufactured in strict accordance with national standards, comply with ISO 9001 requirements, and obtain CE and MDD certification. What is next introduced is the diagram of structure and working principle. The container is mainly composed of outer shell, inner liner, trolley, drain pipe, various valves, pressure gauge, vacuum seal joint, etc. The working principle of self-pressurized liquid nitrogen container is, when it works, the pressurization valve is opened, and the vaporized nitrogen gas immediately enters the upper space of liquid surface of the inner liner through the valve. And at the same time, the liquid nitrogen in the inner liner enters the pressurization valve to absorb heat and to be vaporized. Since the value of vaporized nitrogen is more than 600 times that of liquid nitrogen. A large amount of nitrogen enters the inner liner through the open pressurization valve. With the increase of nitrogen entering, the nitrogen accumulated in the space above the liquid surface of the tank gradually begins to generate pressure on the inner tank wall and the liquid surface. When the pressure gauge reaches to 0.02 MPa, open the drain valve, and the liquid nitrogen will be discharged through the drain pipe. As we can see, there are different parts above this container. The central one, screw plug, used to see the injection port of liquid nitrogen to prevent decompression caused by nitrogen leakage. The green one, exhaust valve, used to release air pressure. The blue one, drain valve. It should be opened when injecting or outputting liquid nitrogen. The green one, pressurization valve, used to pressurize the inner liner. Pressure gauge, used to display the liner pressure. The yellow one, relief valve, will automatically open and exhaust pressure. Evacuating nozzle for K-series. Provide pressure relief protection for the inner liner and outer shell. Digital display instrument. Real-time display of liquid level height and liquid nitrogen percentage. Pressure maintaining valve, which is connected with the pressure gauge, used for long-term pressure stabilization. This product has 4 advantages compared with other brands. Easy for liquid nitrogen filling, fast self-pressurization and convenient operations, high safety and reliability, good material and high strength. For product's features, the stainless steel design can be used in most environments, and the evaporation loss rate is reduced compared with the traditional one. The series of products are fully equipped with a pressurization valve, drain valve, exhaust valve, pressure gauge, relief valve, and other safety structures. All models are equipped with 4 moving universal caster to make sure the use and movement of containers in different locations. Special design for K-series. Digital display liquid level gauge, DLZ300. It can monitor liquid level height in real time and with the function of remote data transmission. Pressure maintaining valve. It can maintain the pressure during the injection, making it safer. Otherwise, it can also keep the pressure stable and increase the service life. Large diameter exhaust valve. Equipped with a large diameter exhaust valve, the pressure relief speed is faster, avoiding damage to exhaust valve. Next is about instructions for use. Because the temperature of liquid nitrogen is extremely low, when operating, please put on cryogenic gloves and do not wear boots to prevent liquid nitrogen fall into the shoes and frostbiting feet. Containers should be kept in a cool and airy place. Avoid direct sunlight. When operating, doors and windows should be opened for ventilation to avoid hypoxia. It is forbidden to remove the vacuum seal joint cover. Do not remove the relief valve while in use. Check the accuracy of pressure gauge regularly. At the same time, please do not heal the deal to avoid deformation and error. When operating, do not tighten the valve to avoid damage to the valve. Please pay attention to the handle orientation. When the pressure gauge indicates that there is an internal pressure in the inner liner, do not screw out the screw valve. Open the exhaust valve first to release the air pressure. The screw plug is a sealing part when pressurizing. After discharging liquid, the thread is easy to frozen and difficult to twist. At this time, it can be defrosted by natural reheating. Operation instruction. First, liquid nitrogen filling. Open the exhaust valve, close the pressurization valve and drain valve to reduce the pressure gauge reading to 0. And then, remove the screw plug of liquid nitrogen injection port with a wrench. Use a pipe or liquid nitrogen machine to fill the container with liquid nitrogen. Note, when filling the container with liquid nitrogen, for safety, it should not be filled up. A certain amount of gas space must be reserved, which should be about 10% value of the container. Second, pressurization. When pressurizing, the exhaust valve and drain valve should be closed. Then, open the pressurization valve and observe the value of pressure gauge. The maximum operating pressure value of the container is 0.09 MPa. However, to minimize the loss of liquid nitrogen as much as possible, generally, the pressure value should be increased to 0.05 MPa. Thirdly, drainage. When the pressure increases to 0.05 MPa, the liquid nitrogen can be drained. If only a small amount of liquid nitrogen is needed, the pressurization valve can be closed. If an amount of liquid nitrogen is needed, the pressurization valve should be opened at the same time. With opening the pressurization valve, there are frosting points at the bottom of the outer shell. This is a normal phenomenon. As the liquid nitrogen in the container decrease, the pressurization time increase. Fourthly, pressure relief. After drainage of liquid nitrogen, close the pressurization valve and drain valve, and then open the exhaust valve to release the air pressure of the inner liner. Fifthly, static storage. To prevent the moist air from entering the container and the forming ice particles, close the screw plug of liquid nitrogen injection port, the pressurization valve and the drain valve. Then, open the exhaust valve. Sixthly, handling. Indoor movement. The container is equipped with 4 high-strength universal casters for easy moving. It should be moved as slowly as possible to avoid impact or collision. Otherwise, not only the outer shell of container will be deformed, and the performance of container will be reduced, but also damages may influence to its internal structure. Lifting. Put the steel wire rope onto the supporting ring. While lifting, be vertical and steady, and do not pull or drop it. What should be noted is the automatic injection hose connection must be installed with a solenoid valve. Meanwhile, while running in this mode, it must be guaranteed that the exhaust valve is closed, the pressurization valve and drain valve are opened, and the liquid nitrogen in the container is full. The manual injection connection must be installed with a green valve, and is used to fill the container with liquid nitrogen through mutual operations, in case of power failure or solenoid valve failure. Note, during operation, the operator must wear protection equipment. Hello everyone. At present, I'm in Chengdu from Sichuan province. And today, I will share the information and key points of YDD series with you. Regarding the YDD series, we also call it self-pressurized liquid nitrogen container, which can create the pressure by vaporizing a part of liquid nitrogen from the inner liner. And this product is widely used in transportation and storage for liquid nitrogen. Also, it can be used as a cooling source. And this model is widely used in many different industries, such as food, aerospace industry, low temperature chemical industry, medicine, and so on related industries. Here you can see there are a lot of different valves above this container. The central one, we call it the digital display instrument of the liquid nitrogen. As you can see, it displays the level and percentage of the liquid nitrogen. Next, we can see there is a blue valve. We call it drain valve. When we operate the liquid nitrogen, it should be open because the liquid nitrogen will be discharged through this valve to another container. And the green one, we call it pressurization valve. When we open it, it will pressurize the liquid nitrogen. About this gap, we call it pressure gap. As you can see, it can display the value of the pressure for the inner liner. Last but not least, the green one we call exhaust valve. When we open it, it can release the air pressure from the inner liner. That is all the valve about this container. And when operating this container, firstly we should open the pressurization valve because it is connected with the outer shell and the inner liner. When we open it, the air would enter the inner layer so that the liquid nitrogen would absorb the heat from the air and will be vaporized to the nitrogen gas. As we all know, because of the value of nitrogen gas is more than 600 times that of liquid nitrogen. So with the increase of nitrogen gas, the pressure of the inner liner becomes more and more, so that the liquid nitrogen from the inner layer would be discharged through the drain valve to another container. Okay, that is how it works. Next, I will show you how to operate so that the liquid nitrogen for outputting operation. Firstly, we should open the pressurization valve. And at this time, we should pay attention to the pressure gauge. When it reaches to 0.05 MPa, it's time to open the drain valve. And at this time, the liquid nitrogen would be discharged from the drain valve to another container. And by the way, if you just need some of liquid nitrogen, at this time you can turn off the pressurization valve. But if you need an amount of them, please just keep it opening. Okay, after this process, turn off all the valves. And just open the exhaust valve to release the air pressure. And that is the whole process of how to operate it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you to the Higher Biomedical team and to our trusted partners for your support today. Again, any questions from today's webinar, please email to inquiry@higherbiomedical.com or visit our website at www.highermedical.com, or of course, contact your Higher Biomedical sales manager directly. I want to now give you a brief overview of the Higher Group, as it is important to give you some background about the group, Higher Biomedical, and the greater Higher family. Higher Biomedical is part of the greater Higher Group. The Higher Group is the global #1 manufacturer of household appliances as per the Euromonitor for the past 13 consecutive years. The Household Appliance Division produces and sells around 20 million refrigerators and freezer units per annum. Globally, we are #1 in this sector. Our strength definitely is in our refrigeration history. Higher, through its globalization efforts, now has a coverage on each continent. With GE Appliances from America, Acra from Asia, Hoover Candy from the EU, and Fisher & Paykel for Oceania, as well as major expansions at home here in China with Leader and Kasati. With this expansion, the group's turnover is in excess of $40 billion USD, with 10 plus and open R&D centers, 28 industrial parks, 122 manufacturing centers, and 108 marketing centers, and a global sales network across more than 160 countries and regions. Okay, who's Higher Biomedical, and what's our competitive advantage? global top 3 medical cold storage solution provider. We supply the full temperature coverage and full portfolio coverage from conventional refrigerator and freezer, ice line and STD vaccine refrigerator, walk-in cold room and automated storage systems, to name a few, that have UL, CE, Energy Star, PQS and NSF Global certifications. As the industry leader and IoT pioneer in our industry sector, Hiya Biomedical provides solutions for biological sample, medicine, blood and vaccination management, including U-Biobank, U-Reagent, U-Blood, U-Vaccination and U-Lab. However, our key component to our success is that we are an environmentally friendly advocator. We take our corporate social responsibility seriously when it comes to being a truly green organisation. With our strong corporate social responsibility roots, we introduced the HC refrigerant ULT freezer in early 2014, the first company to offer a full range of energy-saving ULT freezers in the industry with Energy Star certification. And most recently, the development and manufacturing of our Stirling ultra-cold new generation of energy-saving, environmentally friendly, ultra-low temperature freezers, which operate over a range of -86 to -20. In early 2020, Hiya Biomedical opened our new IoT manufacturing plant in Qingdao's high-tech zone. 50,000 square meters over 2 floors on our 75,000 square meter facility, with a capacity in excess of 200,000 units a year. Exciting news is that in mid-2021, we commenced our expansion and construction of our new manufacturing facility just next door, adding another 95,000 square meters to our current 75,000 square meters. A total manufacturing site at 170,000 square meters. We will bring you more about our expansion in the coming months. And finally, we have 1,900 plus employees with a growing workforce globally as part of our globalization through localization. And to date, you can find us in over 160 plus countries. We have 500 plus intellectual property patents, 300 plus certified medical devices, reaching over 1 billion end users, as I mentioned earlier. Now that is a very quick snapshot of the size and reach of the greater Hiya Group and Hiya Biomedical. And to find out more, please ensure you follow us on social media platforms such as LinkedIn and Facebook. We have many updates weekly about the latest and the world's leading IoT solutions. Or of course visit www.hiyamedical.com and see all our products, team member contacts, and even do a virtual tour of our exhibition centre here in Qingdao, as we showed you earlier. In wrapping up, a big thank you again to the entire Hiya Biomedical team, our partners overseas, the marketing department, and of course to you all. A big thank you for spending your precious time with us and taking time out of your day to hear from our team. We appreciate this very much. Our thank you and appreciation is not just for today, but for your ongoing commitment to working with Hiya Biomedical across many markets around the world. To find out more, please contact us through, as I mentioned earlier, social media, email, or through today's link. It is also important to remind us that Hiya Biomedical's goal is to deliver what the market needs through innovation and technology, to support users' needs and demands with our zero-defect, quality assurance manufacturing system and after-sales quality service. And during these indifferent times, we have been in cooperation with United Nations organisations, built a global vaccine ecosystem to support healthcare networks with complete cold chain processes, from production, transportations, customs clearance, distribution, installation, and maintenance to inoculation, to ensure the safety, security, and reliability of the vaccine to the last mile. And finally, from the entire team, we look forward to working together with you and your teams to continue together to solve the needs of all through effective, innovative, and technologically advanced biomedical solutions to ensure healthcare equality for all. Again, if you have any questions, please email us at inquiry@hiyabiomedical.com or visit our website for more information about Hiya Biomedical's products and solutions. That's it from us, and we wish you a good morning, afternoon, or evening. Thank you and stay safe. Goodbye for now.